Today I want to talk about dynamics. I just played a very simple chord progression and something was missing because everything was flat. By the way, if you need a tablature for this, just comment tablature and I will send you the link. Yeah, the problem is that when all of the notes have the same weight, the music loses its depth, and that's a problem, and that's a very common one. And today I want to show you and talk about a couple of things that we can do to fix that. And the first one is restrokes. We can use restrokes to underline and stress certain moments in a song. And so reststroke, well, that means that you know, when you pick a string and then the pick comes to rest against the next string, like this. Can you see it? And you can play two restrokes in a row, like this. So see, I'm resting here, and then when I pick the second note, so that's a reststroke, and this is a powerful little concept that you can use to add some dynamic to your playing. For example, I can go when I play this little phrase, okay, over the D chord, I can play down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, and that's okay, but I can also go with restrokes. And that, yeah, that gives me more volume, for sure, but not only that, that gives me more sustain and also more a thicker sound. All right, let me do it again. Can you hear that? Listen. You know, here I'm resting twice in a row. When I play the open D, when I play the third string, and then when I play the second string, well, no, there my pick is moving freely through the air, okay? So reststroke, reststroke, and the last one is a downstroke again, but it's not a reststroke. And the reason for doing that is because I want to play an upstroke on the first string. Can you see the difference? It's not a huge difference, but it's important, right? Let me do it once without the reststroke and once with the reststroke. Okay, and now with the reststroke. To me, that's a huge difference, actually, and it gives me a lot of dynamic and okay, and so that's a very simple idea after all, but we just need to remember to use it. And if this is a new technique for you, well, it takes some time to control the pick, and it doesn't come really fast, but eventually, yes, it's gonna be easy to play. All right, and then I would like to talk about palm muting. So this is something else that we can use to create a contrast. Now, palm muting means that I use my palm to mute the string instead of a free. So, and I can do that on all of the strings. Can you hear it? No palm muting, and that creates a nice variation in the tone, and it's less sustained, right? and also it's darker. Yeah, this is a huge is making a huge difference, and I would like to use that. I can use that with the restroke like this. Why not? Or I can decide to use it at the very end of this little chord progression. You know, when I play that, and I can play that with Paul like this. And again, you need to find the right place. You know, if you move your hand, because your hand needs to be, your palm needs to be right here where the saddle is. And if you move like here, if you touch the string more like here, you're dampening the string too much. And if you move to over the end pins here, well, there is no mute at all. Like, and again, it takes a little time to find the right spot. So let me try that. Here it comes. How about that? And then I go. Yeah, I think I like that. And again, so you know, we are making certain moments in the song feel different from the ones around them, and that's important. That contrast is important, and the ear reads that as music depth. So yeah, again, if you need the tablature for this, yeah, just comment tab and I will send you the link. So let me play this a few more times and you will see me using both the restrokes and the palm muting technique, okay?